All right, we are live with our 13th Tribal Council. Up first, I'm going to start with Fred, then I'll get to our immunity winner, Bradley. So, Fred, we look at what's happening tonight. You look at it. Regardless if we have final two or final three, if the numbers stand by, if it's a final three, you're going to have a 10-person jury. If it's final two, you're going to have an 11-person jury. At this point, sending someone home tonight means that jury is more than half full. So, how important is jury management right now, knowing that this jury is going to be talking and literally majority of the jury is there already right now after tonight?
I mean, yeah, it's very important. Jury management is always important when it comes to these games. Although when you're in the game, it always is put in the back seat to just staying in, like just trying to stay in, But it's absolutely important, and it's something that it's hard to prioritize because prioritizing jury management is also putting your game at risk, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have a good balance between the two. So, but to answer your question, yes, it's something that's on everyone's minds, especially now that we're in finale week. We don't know what's going to happen. We still have no idea what's going to happen. And yeah, I mean, I think that's the best answer I can give for that.
Bradley, so congratulations. You've won your second individual immunity in a row. How does that? You are now tied for a 5-wood tie with males in this game for 2 individual immunities in our series. How does that feel going into tonight's Tribal Council? You're muted.
So the lip sync challenge, I did not think I was going to win, but it was shocking that I did. It feels good to have won immunity because you never know what people are thinking. Getting closer to the end, it's really stressful, so you never know what can happen. But I appreciate the challenges that are challenging us through this game.
Right. Mandy, we saw that one of the advantages got played the last time around at one of the tribals, but that means there's still like 7 advantages out there. Do we think something's gonna come out tonight, or what are we feeling like everything's gonna happen now because those advantages can't be around for much longer?
Yeah, I'm assuming that most advantages expire around this time or around final 6, but I mean, right now is the time to use them if you have them. It's kind of the most crucial point of the game where like you're so close to the end, you just gotta get there a few more rounds left. So I think we could definitely probably see some advantages played tonight. But you never know.
So McCall, we haven't told you yet if it is a final 2, if it's a final 3. Has that been talked about? Fire making at 4. Has this stuff been discussed amongst you guys? Because realistically speaking, by Thursday or Sunday, you guys are gonna be done. So those challenges, and that is coming up this week.
Yeah, I don't think it really is much discussed about, but like I do think it's like in people's heads of like, what do I do to get to the end if it's a final 3? What do I do if it's a final 2? What kind of path do I take that's gonna not only get me to that point, but what's going to get me into that position where I have a shot to win the game? I think that's what's on everyone's minds as of right now. So even though it's not like physically being talked about, I think that that's on everyone's minds.
Okay. Frank, with the numbers getting so low, does it definitely get nerve-wracking? You're looking at it, you can't vote for Bradley now. There could be advantages out there. There's only so much room to hide. Is that start to get on your mind? Could it be me? Do you start to get nervous now that, like I said, there's almost no room to hide at this point?
I mean, if the only person that should be feel secure right now is Bradley, I don't definitely feel 100% secure. I don't think anybody should feel 100% secure with all these advantages and everything going on. So I go into every tribal hoping for the best and expecting the worst.
Okay. Bobby, are you like, you don't have to answer a question now, you're kind of sick. Are you like, would you rather not? I understand if you don't. Yeah. Is that a rather not? Yeah. Okay. All right. So with that being said, does anyone else have anything they'd like to add to the tribal? All
I'm
right. What?
I'm a banana.
Okay. If anybody has a pre-vote advantage, like play it, now's your time to do so. And yeah, one. I messed that up, but whatever. Okay. I will be back when I have the votes. If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote. If not, I think we have it. We should have all the votes that are already sent in. All right, I do have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity at this time, hidden immunity or any post-vote advantage time, it's your time to do so. Yes,
Yeah,
Bobby. Go ahead, send it to the main chat, please.
that's for me.
All right, give me 1 second to pull it up. All right, when you see it. All right, I can confirm this is the Aladdin idol, and this is one second to pull it up. All right, and this is the arrow's voice advantage. This is an idol nullifier. However, it reverses the effects of an idol onto somebody else. So that means Bobby, any votes for you will count, and any votes cast against Frank will not count. Anybody else have anything they'd like to play? All right, I'll read the votes. Person voted out will be asked to leave the. We'll have 30 seconds to say their goodbyes, and their respective hosts will be to say goodbye to. All right. First vote is for Antonio. It is self vote. Next vote is for Mandy. That's 1 vote Mandy, 1 vote Antonio. Next vote is for Mandy. That's 2 votes Mandy, 1 vote Antonio. Next vote is for Bobby. We're tied 2-1-1. Next vote is for Bobby. We're tied 2 votes Mandy, 2 votes Antonio, or 1 vote Antonio, 2 votes Mandy. Next vote is for Bobby. And the next vote and the 13th person vote out of Survivor Sounds of Disney Battle of the Bitches, and the 6-member jury is Bobby. Bobby, you know, we never got along in Epic, and you know, just that last day of my game, we bonded, and we became friends. And I knew immediately when the idea of the season was here that I can confirm you were the first person on my tribe, and I am so proud of you. You played an amazing game, and I'm so happy that you're representing Kanto.
I appreciate it. It was definitely a fun season. Just everybody go out there, kill it.
All right. And with that being said, I will let you know your challenge live.